And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Chicago Bears franchise, season 2. If you missed last, episode, um, just to kind of sum it up, we didn't make the playoffs. We went, I believe, either 5-12 or 6-11. But here's our roster. You might know some new people. Starting out, we have Calvin Ridley. We have assigned him. Uh, he's here for 3 more years. Um, we just really needed to get another receiver to pair with Darnell Mooney. We drafted with the 5th overall pick, Darren Moody. Um, he's been underwhelming to say the least, but someone who hasn't is Juan Broughton, who we also drafted. He got picked 3rd overall in the 3rd round. He has been playing very well in the preseason, and so well that he's going to actually get the start over Darren Mooney. Another receiver we did draft is Toby Holcomb. He got drafted 5th overall in the 4th round. You might also notice up here, we now have Rob Havenstein. He was our probably big free agent signing. We also have Max Williams as the tight end. Joining him, we have John Feliciano being our center. We have Kenyon Drake as a backup running back. We have Tyler Huntley and Tyree Jackson as the backup quarterbacks. And those are all the big changes on offense. If we head over to defense, this is where it really changed. We now have Bobby Okereke being our starting middle linebacker. We then have Camus Grugier-Hill being our starting left outside linebacker. We signed Donovan Wilson to be the backup, potentially trading Eddie Jackson. I'm just waiting for someone to give us a good offer. We're actually going to, right here, right now, add him to the trade block. I wouldn't be trading Eddie Jackson if it wasn't for this rookie who we drafted, who I'm high on, Tyree Brooks, free safety. We drafted him in the 3rd, or the 2nd round actually, pick 23 in the 2nd. Very high on him. I hope he gets to be a future starter. We signed Sean Murphy Bunting to join our team. We also signed Cameron Sutton to join. We signed Solomon Thomas. We signed Yannick Ngakwe. We traded for, I believe, Dominique Robinson. I believe we traded for him. I'm guessing. Or no, I don't think it was him. I think it was actually Thomas Booker who we traded for. Essentially, it was just a move. I don't remember who it was. Maybe Zach Pascal. We wanted to get rid of Zach Pascal, and Thomas Booker was one of the people in the get offers section. We got like a pick in Thomas Booker or a player in Thomas Booker. I was very happy to make that trade. And finally, Courtney Ferguson, guy we drafted. He went 9th in the 2nd round. And that's about all the roster changes I can really think of. We have a new punter, Jack Fox. That's big. And for the practice squad, we have Dennis Keys, who we drafted, I believe, in the 7th round. Yeah. We then have Zonovan Knight, Larry Borum. I don't know a lot of these guys' names. Trenton Gill, Elijah Hicks, Kevin Collins we actually drafted. The issue with him is I believe we wasted an early pick. Yeah, 4th round, and he's only a 63 overall. That was one of those where I just thought he looked great. He didn't end up being great, and yeah. But that's going to do it for our roster. We have an opening day keys. Opening day, I trust our defense enough to know they're going to be stifling defense. I expect a lot. I also expect a lot out of Justin Fields now. He now has new receivers. He has Calvin Ridley. He has Juan Broughton. He has Darren Mooney, Toby Holcomb. And he still has Darnell Mooney and Velus Jones. Granted, 3 of those guys, the 4 guys I named, are rookies. But he's going to have to get used to them if he wants to be the starting quarterback for this team for years to come. I think we're going to go 4 wins again. I don't think we're quite there yet. I reckon we'll be 6, maybe 7 wins. We have a weekly strategy to take care of. We have scouts to do as well. We have Derek Carr and Josh Jacobs. This is going to be interesting. We're going to actually defend the outside run. Then their defense, they have Max Crosby, very good. And then they have Rocky saying, we're going to throw it short on them. Here are the 4 players who have Darren Mooney, Corny Ferguson, Tyree Brooks, and Juan Broughton. And we're going to start training. For players who are injured going into this game, hopefully no one. The offense is completely healthy. Now defense and special team wise, are we the same? We are completely healthy going into this game. I believe. Just to be clear though. Yeah, completely healthy. Are the Raiders missing anyone? No, the Raiders are also completely healthy. So this is going to be both teams' official roster going up against each other. We have some players to upgrade. Jaquan Brisker, Jordan Mailata. And I believe we still have to set up our scouts. I actually tried to do this on stream, but it wouldn't work. Yeah, I don't want a receiver. We're cleaning house. I roughly remember the positions I wanted. Oops. A Freestar, I don't remember what it was. I think it was this, actually. It was, I'm pretty sure. We're going to hire that. We're now going to scroll down, get our... Can we get something other than outside linebacker and inside offensive lineman? If we can get outside linebacker and then something else, that would be clutch. Outside linebacker and tight end honestly isn't the worst thing. And I think that's what we're going to go with. Cole Kmet, I believe, is on the last year of his deal. We have Max Williams to probably replace him if we don't want Cole Kmet. I reckon we go with defensive end, offensive tackle. No. Middle linebacker safety, honestly, why not? That sounds like it could be good. We then have outside linebacker and defensive end. That sounds great. And finally, we need one more, probably offensively. Maybe not, though. I think we got to go running back receiver. You get national. And outside linebacker, tight end. We're probably only taking the outside linebacker, so we'll probably just look here. Northeast, bad. Southeast, solid. Central, pretty good. Eh. And then we go here as well. Eh. And just to be clear, I think we're going to go central. And that's all that really matters, is we get central for the 2-star. The rest, we can just do northeast. We'll do southeast for you. And you can have west. Okay, there we go. We gotta hurry up. Took way too long with the scouting part. We just go straight into it. We're probably like 10 minutes in already, just to check. Yeah, 10 minutes and 15 seconds. We usually take about 7 minutes with the before, so 10 minutes is not great. Season 2 is officially underway, heading against the Las Vegas Raiders. Arizona starting their season off with a win over New Orleans 30-24. They improved to 1-0. We see Derek Carr. He's been here since 2014, I believe. And man, has he proved it. By the way, Jamison Crowder is on the Raiders. He signed a 3-year deal in the offseason with the Raiders. He was with us last year. He was with a lot of teams. He signed with the Bills in the offseason, was traded to the Eagles, and then was traded to us. So a lot of, movement for him. And he signs a 3-year deal. Looks like he's going to be here to stay in Vegas. I don't remember what team Zach Pascal signed with, but I know he also signed a 3-year deal, depending on how much time we have left after this game, and if I remember, we'll go check. If that's going to be a sack, we're down in 12. Kyle Meeks gets the start for the Vikings. They end up losing to the Commanders 32-28. Smooth Grugier here was on the sack, by the way. Incomplete, broken up. The Lions pick up a 23-8 win over the Cowboys. The Lions also drafted a rookie QB. I believe it was like the 3rd round or something. This is going to take a bounce. Going to need to roll some more, and it's going to be pinned at the 4. Jared Goff does get the start, but he does have a rookie quarterback pressuring him probably. I believe Goff only has 1 year left on his deal potentially, which might be why they drafted a QB. Especially in an area like the 3rd. Here we see Justin Fields, our quarterback. I am going to quickly exit. I just got to make sure it didn't reset what I have listed. I regret doing that because now we're stuck here waiting. Okay. I have a feeling it didn't, but there's always a chance. QB's fine. Running back doesn't really matter. Receiver, that's good. None of that matters. Wait, why am I here? Cornerback, this saved. Punt returner, kick return, both is Drake. 3rd down running back, that's Drake, that's Montgomery. Perfect. Receiver is Moody. And perfect. Everything saved. So we do have Darren Mooney going to be playing. It's probably going to be around 50-50 between Mooney or Moody and Broughton. That's what we want. With Darnell Mooney being a free agent this year, Rob Havenstein on his first play as a Bear gets a holding call. Incomplete. But anyway, with Mooney being a free agent at the end of the year, I'm hoping we can bring him back. I'd love to. But I just don't know if we can. Hence the reason the receivers just kind of fell to me. I originally planned on taking one early, which was Darren Moody. And I wanted to take another one in the later rounds, but when Toby Holcomb and Juan Broughton just fell to me, both were projected in round 2 to 3, and they were there in round 4 and 3. I just had to, pounce and take them both, unfortunately. I would have been fine taking only one, but, when the other one fell to my lap, I just felt like I had to. First and 10 from the 33 now. Fields, he's up to 28 after getting sacked for a loss of 5. Eagles with new quarterback, I believe it's like Trent McDowell. Dangerous pass by Fields. He got bailed. Oh, by the way, the Giants, they have Tom Brady. That's their quarterback now. Fields, he has some running room. Is he going to go for all 15? No, he's not. He's going to play it safe. Kind of respect, but at the same time, I feel like you got to go for all 15. So Tampa Bay, they got a new QB. I don't think it's going to show us because it hasn't yet. I don't remember if they signed or drafted a guy. Green Bay picks up the win over Cleveland, 28-20. So the Vikings so far the only team to lose in the division. We might also lose, but we haven't yet. So that's going to be complete check down, gain of 3 to whoever that was. Josh Jacobs. Nearly intercepted. Jalen Johnson, he had a decent amount of running room as well if he was able to pick it off. 3rd and 7 now. It's going to be a play action. Carr, he rolls out. He's going deep. One-on-one to Davante Adams, and it's incomplete. Great break up there by number 23, I believe. And I don't know who number 23 is. I'm going to guess that's Murphy Bunting. That's what I need to do here. Numbers. Murphy Bunting is 23. Cameron Sutton's 34. Because Cameron Sutton might get in. I know Kyler Gordon's 6. I know Jalen Johnson's 33. I believe Juan Broughton's 84. Darren Moody is 83. Tony Holcomb, or Toby Holcomb, is either 88 or 80. Max Williams is either 88 or 80. I'll figure that out when one of them gets a reception if that ever happens. And Kenyon Drake was just nowhere. We are trying to spread the ball out with the running backs more. Fields! And there's a penalty. Could be a late hit, potentially. The Eagles with a monster game. And then a penalty on Divine Diablo. Gets us field position at the 24. I'm gonna back out once again. I can't even back out. Okay, now I can. That's Drake. When I freaking put Drake there, I wasn't expecting him to get literally every carry. But I quickly, our preseason top performer was probably Treston Ebner. We actually need to see. I don't understand why Montgomery isn't getting any carries. Fields, he has time. It's going to be close. He picks up the first down, putting his body on the line up to the 10-yard line. Ben Caldwell got drafted to the Bengals. That was kind of our other receiver. It was either between Darren Mooney or Ben Caldwell. Both ended up being the same overall with normal dev. I believe our receiver is a year older, though. So, both end up, you know, literally, you really essentially couldn't go wrong with either besides Darren Mooney is a year older. Chandler Jones gets the sack along with someone else. And that's going to do it for quarter number 1. We are tied at 0. There's the stats for those of you curious. Might have to change it. Because I want Montgomery to be playing. I don't know why it's only Kenyon Drake. Had Mooney, but wasn't able to complete it. Either way, he probably wouldn't have got the first. But 28-yard attempt for Cairo Santos, the kicker. who we trust. Holder is Tyler Huntley, and it is good, and we take the lead 3-0, getting the first point on the board. I signed Tyler Huntley because he was, in my opinion, the best guy for our budget and interest. With how the O-line was going into the offseason, I wanted a scrambler because that O-line ain't going to do a whole lot for a guy like Tom Brady's mobility, because he won't be able to get away, and there was pressure on a decent amount of the plays last year. There's a fumble. It's going to be picked up. Will it stand? I don't even know who number 10 is, but good job. It's going to stand. Fumble on the play. Okay, let's look at some other people then, since apparently, you know, I saw number 10. I don't even know who that is. Kenya Drake breaks a few tackles. Okay. Sorry, Drake, but this is Montgomery's show. I assume 10 would be probably a linebacker. Okariki's 40. Or Okereke. I always forget. Is there even a number 10? Was that just... That might have just been 40 and I saw 10. I can't be backing out as much as I am. We're already 21 minutes in. And we usually have like 45 minutes. So we're already nearly over halfway there, and we're not even through the second quarter yet. Cole Kmet sprints to the finish. He's down at the 4. First and goal for Justin Fields and these Bears. Fields trying to prove to the Bears that he is the starting quarterback for this team. We bring in Tyler Huntley to pressure him. Bring in Tyree Jackson to be the backup. Because, you know, he's a solid backup in my opinion. Plus, he played tight end, which means, you know, if we need to, we can move him at tight end. We can do some Philly special type plays. Montgomery, he's going to be just short. We brought in Drew Lock originally to be the first string, but he did not play well in preseason, so we ended up giving him the boot. And Montgomery is in for the first touchdown of the season. Tavares Goodwin, quarterback for Seattle. He was drafted first overall. Carson Wentz is the backup to Kenny Pickett. So Carson Wentz proved he's not a starting quarterback in the NFL. But anyway, Fields so far, I like him. I think he's played well enough to earn the starting job. Realistically, I don't know what we were going to do regardless if he didn't work out, because we'd still have him for another year after this, including fifth-year option if we wanted. Which I originally I did not think Fields would pan out like he's been so far this game. So I was like, we're not going to pick up the fifth-year option. We're going to have him have that 4th year to kind of prove he deserves a contract extension. Matthew Adams gets the sack there. And then, you know, after that, we could draft the quarterback. We could rock with Tyler Huntley. We could draft the quarterback and see if Tyler Huntley can, you know, battle with him. And it's intercepted! Number 10, who is it? Who is number 10? Is that Donovan Wilson, actually? That could be who that is. In fact, it is. So Donovan Wilson with a fumble recovery and an interception so far. And this defense, it is playing electric right now. It's forced 2 turnovers. And both have given us great field position. Montgomery, he almost had a hole. He's only going to get 2, but a hole presented itself, and Montgomery almost went through it. Not in that way. Fields, he has time. Checks it down to Kmet. Kmet's going to fight up to the 12-yard line. I believe that was Kmet. It was Max Williams. So I believe Max Williams is 80 then, because I can see an 80 lined up in the tight end spot, which means Toby Holcomb would be 88. Montgomery's up to the 8-yard line. Montgomery averaging just under 4 yards a carry. 6 carries for 23 yards. Montgomery's down at the 1. Well, he's now averaging over 4 yards a carry. Fields in shotgun on 1st and goal from the 1. There's instant pressure, and it's going to be complete to Cole Kmet. He gets the first receiving touchdown of the Bears season. And we're going to take a 17-0 lead, assuming the kick is good. By the way, Commanders, they got a new quarterback too. They got Sam Darnold. They're looking to give him another shot. And if you are a Bears fan right now, you have got to be liking how this game is going. You are really seeing the most out of Justin Fields. You are seeing a lot out of this defense. And you're seeing, you know, a whole new team, in my opinion. How Donovan Wilson's been playing so far, I actually wouldn't mind trading Eddie Jackson away. If Eddie Jackson, he's a guy who's on the fringe. And that's not good. Matthew Adams goes down with an injury. I don't know who the backup would be, but I hope they're solid. The screen pass on 3rd down. Great play there. Donovan Wilson. He's been playing outstanding this game. That was fair, caught at the 22 by Kenyon Drake. Fields on 1st down. Going deep. He has his man. That is Mooney. They're up to the 45 already across midfield. Calvin Ridley has been very quiet so far, but if Calvin Ridley's just going to, you know, be a blanket guy, he's going to be probably double teamed, I'd imagine, and that's going to allow, you know, the other receivers to get targets. I'm not complaining. Calvin Ridley could be just, you know, not be getting the ball, but he's also taking away defenders. He's having, you know, a guy, maybe a second guy being double teamed on him, which opens up, you know, other receivers to get open. We're at the 34 already with a minute left. We do have 2 timeouts still after taking our first there. Fields. Gonna look. Complete. To no other than Calvin Ridley. Just talking about him. He gets 9 and timeout to Bears. Their second of the half. And congratulations, Calvin Ridley, on getting your first reception as a Chicago Bear. 2nd and 1. Fields checks it down to Montgomery. He's going to get the first down inside the red zone at the 17. Well, if only 1 timeout, you gotta hurry up and, you know, got just over 30 seconds left. You gotta make something happen with only 1 timeout. Fields, what exactly what he does? Kmet's going to be down at the 5, and you got 16 seconds, and you're at the 5-yard line. I'd imagine you'd be going 3 touchdown plays and then kicking a field goal. You cannot get sacked here. You cannot be tackled inbounds unless if it's in the end zone. And it's Kmet getting the 2nd receiving touchdown of the season. He gets both of them so far. And we're going to take a 23, potentially 24-0 lead. And the kick is good, and we lead 24-0. They have 9 seconds to go the distance. It looks like they're probably going to run it once and take it to half. Maybe not with how that went. Now you got a Hail Mary opportunity. Carr, last play of the half. Barring a defensive penalty. And it's incomplete, but there is a flag. And that's going to be on Cameron Sutton. Raiders, 28-yard field goal to get points. And it's good. And we lead 24-3 going into half. And if you're Cameron Sutton, you can't be doing that. You had a pretty outstanding preseason, but the only issue in that preseason was pass interference calls. There's the first half stats for those of you who are curious. And now already in game 1, you already have a pass interference call. One that gave them points. They would not have gotten points there. We had the Minnesota, where the Commanders defeat the Vikings 32-28. Sam Darnold with a touchdown, Kyle Meeks with a touchdown, Jefferson with a touchdown, Curtis Samuel with a touchdown, Brian Robinson with a touchdown, Dalvin Cook with a touchdown. Whoo! Next we head to Los Angeles, where the Dolphins lead 17-7. Tua with a 2 touchdowns, 1 to Jalen Waddle, Herbert with a touchdown, 2 interceptions, touchdown to Mike Williams. Next we had the Detroit, where the Lions win 23-8. Dak Prescott with a touchdown and interception to Michael Gallup. Swift with a touchdown. Goff 16 for 23. Jameson Williams 6 receptions, 53 yards. Here the Raiders runner comes down to throwing the ball short. Here are the Bears when it comes down to throwing the ball short. Both teams have similar game plans going into this game. And, well, one is clearly executing better than the other. And the Bears receive second half kickoff. Up 17, or 21, excuse me. Solid return by Kenyon Drake. He's up to the 26-yard line. Dangerous pass, but it is complete to Calvin Ridley. He's up to the 34, getting 8. Second and 2 now. It's going to be a handoff to Montgomery, and he's going to go nowhere. Good stop there by the Raiders defense. 3rd and 2 now. Trayvon Moehrig. 3rd and 2. It's going to be a handoff, and Montgomery's going to be short. He's going to get a yard, but not enough. And on 4th and 1, the punting unit is out there. A solid punt, honestly. That went right around where the receiver would have caught it, and it didn't give him a chance to return it. I would not complain with that. Carr with a quick pass to Renfro, but right there to stop it with number 40, Bobby Okereke. Jacobs makes a man miss, but he's going to be brought down at the 31. 3rd and 4 now from the 31-yard line. Carr with all the room in the world to scramble, and he finally took off, and he's going to get 10 in a first down. Don't know why he didn't scramble when there was all that green grass. Giving it to Jacobs now, and Jacobs, he's going to be across midfield, getting the first down to the 48-yard line. Getting 8 on the play is Jacobs once again. He's starting to get a run game going. So we're stopping the pass game, but the run game's happening, and Travis Gibson with the sack. His, well, I wouldn't say second, 1.5 now. 3rd and 13. That's going to make it even harder now. Carr, he has time. Only rush free to the Bears. He's going deep, and it's incomplete. 4th and 13. The punting unit is out there. That punt is gonna bounce out at the 5. What a punt! I don't know if that's AJ Cole. I'm guessing it is. That's twice now. He's pinned 1 at the 4 and 1 at the 5. He's having a great punting game so far. That's to the 9, gain of 4 for Montgomery. Unfortunately for Kenyon Drake, we just signed Montgomery to a big deal, so he's going to start. Fields, he's going to narrowly avoid a safety, but he's going to go down for sack. Max Crosby. Damn, I might lose my voice. It's a handoff on 3rd down, and getting maybe a yard is Montgomery. And now the punting unit's out there for 4th and 13 at the 1-yard line. Surprisingly, doesn't get blocked. Surprisingly, isn't a bad punt. It's like 50 yards. But a good return. They're going to get at the 42-yard line. We see Josh Jacobs so far today. He's averaging 6.8 yards per carry. He is having a great game. And kind of shocking. We literally wanted to prioritize the outside run. Well, they've gone inside, to be fair. And there's another one by Jacobs. He's going to get 13. Averaging just under 8 yards per carry, I believe. There he is again. He's going to get free there, but he worked for all 3 of those yards. Matt Corral, the starting quarterback for the Panthers, ends up losing 35-20 as we see Desmond Ridder is the quarterback for the Falcons. End zone, incomplete, intended for Devontae. See New York with Tom Brady barely pick up the win against the Eagles. That's complete to number 44, I'm guessing fullback. That's the end of quarter number 3. We lead 24-3. And what's been a great game for us so far. We only have 8 minutes to go. We're up by 21. They need 3 touchdowns in that span. It's not impossible, but I like our chances. Jacob fights up to the 9, getting 7. There's a penalty, and Jacob's going to be down around the 8-yard line. The penalty is going to be holding. It's on John Simpson, the left guard. Steelers leading 14-7 between 2 new quarterbacks. We have Kenny Pickett, and we have Tavares Goodwin. Miami leads 17-14 over the Chargers in a battle between Herbert and Tua, the second and third quarterback to go in the 2020 NFL draft, I believe. Tua went pick 5, Herbert went pick 6. 4th and 10, this is the game almost. Carr gonna instantly throw, and he had Devontae Adams wide open. Kyler Gordon missed his, just, wasn't great coverage. But Carr missed him, and that's probably going to be a clincher. And Montgomery now starting to get going. We're at 40 minutes with 6 minutes left to go now. It's a keeper. And Fields is going to pick up the first down with the keeper. Fans are happy with that call, it seems. And the Bears are now in true clock. So they're just trying to get out of this game. Montgomery obviously not having nearly as good as a game as Josh Jacobs, but in my opinion, he's still having a pretty solid game himself. And speaking of one man to beat, he breaks the tackle, and he's going. down at the 24-yard line, breaking a huge run. They're going to give it right back to him. He now has 93 yards, 7 away from 100. I don't think he's going to get 100. Well, he will if we keep just doing this, but slowly, yard by yard. Fields, he's going to take it himself. And he fumbles, electing not to slide. And down at the 15 is Kyle or Kendall Ford, one of the fours. With 2:16 left to go, the Raiders have a chance. They do have free timeouts. They need to go 85 yards, though. Carr looking. Incomplete, intended for Davante Adams. He overthrows him again. That's the second time now. He's been open, but just has been overthrown. That's complete to the fullback, and that's going to take us to a 2-minute warning. They need 3 yards to get a first down. They need 77 yards for a touchdown. 3rd and 3. And that's complete to number 11. Covered by Jalen Johnson. We're not going to know who number 11 was, it seems. It's what are we telling every stat but who caught the ball. Incomplete, intended for Darren Waller. Who was number 11? Jamison Crowder. Crowder wears 11. Interesting. Gets hit as he throws and it's incomplete. It was intended for Davante Adams, but that hit made it incomplete. 3rd and 10 now. Carr looking. Going deep, hit as he throws, and that's going to be incomplete. He probably had Crowder, but because of that, the ball is wobbly and allowed Jalen Johnson to get there in time to break the pass up. 4th and 10. This is the game. Carr, pressure, he throws. Incomplete. Intended for Hunter Renfrow, but it's incomplete. And the Bears, well, Raiders do still have free timeouts, but I doubt they use them. Montgomery now 2 yards away from 100. Is he going to get there? And that's 5. That's enough. And Montgomery, assuming he doesn't lose, all of the yards he just got, will end the game with 100 and some change. (106 yards), and that's going to do it. We have a final alert just as our game ends. The Steelers win 17-14 against the Seahawks, barely holding on. And Denario Henson getting his first win of the season. And it's going to be in dominating fashion against the Chicago Bears. The Las Vegas Raiders, 24-3. Great all-around performance by the whole team. Fields went 12 for 16, 131, 2 touchdowns. Carr went 9 for 22 for 61 yards and 1 interception. Rushing, Montgomery 19 for 106 and a touchdown. Jacobs 11 for 66. Fields 6 for 61. Drake 3 for 8. Ryan Nall 1 for 3 and Derek Carr 1 for 10. Receiving, Cole Kmet 4 for 30 and 2 touchdowns. Mooney 3 for 60. Jakeem Griffin 2 for 17. Calvin Ridley 2 for 17. Josh Jacobs 2 for 5. Darren Waller 2 for 12. Jamison Crowder 2 for 23. Max Williams 1 for 13. Hunter Renfrow 1 for 4. David Montgomery 1 for 8. Kenyon Drake 1 for 3. That is it. So apparently, none of the rookie receivers get any, targets. Blocking, 2 sacks allowed by Mailata, 1 by Colton Miller, 1 by Dylan Parham, and 1 by Darren Waller. Defensively, 1.5 sacks for Travis Gibson, 1 for Camus Grugier-Hill, and half a sack for Max Crosby, Matthew Adams, Greg Gaines, Chandler Jones, Darren Campbell. Interception for Donovan Wilson. Forced fumble by Kyler Gordon and Rocky Sin. Fumble recovery by Donovan Wilson and Kyle Fuller. Kicking. Both sides were perfect. Punting. AJ Cole 4 for 197. Jack Fox 3 for 128. Kick return Drake 1 for 23. Crowder 5 for 114. Punt return Crowder 2 for 10. Drake 1 for 3. And we're gonna head out of this game with a win in dominating fashion. Skip to the end. Advance. We got 23 staff points. We'll probably spend them next episode. We have a recap for the key to victory. We didn't execute our plan like we wanted to, but we get the win, and that's what matters the most. Not every week is going to be pretty, but any week that we're able to come out on top has to be considered a success. Team gets 100 XP, and we get 5 staff points. That's how it's always going to be. Fields is not really a throwing quarterback. He's a Lamar Jackson. He's good for throwing and running. I said I was going to look at the depth charts to find what team Zach Pascal signed to. It's going to probably take a decent bit, but we'll find it. Oh, well, there's someone. Ends up making the final roster. Amir Smith-Marset, we traded him last season to the Bucks for Scotty Miller. Scotty Miller, I don't know where he ended up. I don't even know if he's on a team. It's going to take a while, but we're here for the ride. We're in the P section. Jesus Christ, this has taken so long. Man, if he got released, I would be so upset that I went through all this and he's not even on a roster anymore. Here he is. He's number 1 for the Seattle Seahawks, who they just lost. That's going to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I did. We'll see you the next week. Why not? I don't believe we lose anything if we do. In week 2, we played the 0-1 Vikings. We are second in the division. Well, we're tied for first, I guess. But for our upcoming schedule, we have the Vikings. We're going to watch that game. Panthers, Saints, and then Packers. So we have 2 division games coming up. Well, one is what do we now. But I'll see you guys. Since we're here, let's just look at these. Graham Gano signs with the Houston Texans for a 2.3 over 1 year. Colts signed Kiki Kuti for a 1 year free mil. And then Jordan Whitehead agrees to a 1 year deal with the Colts as well for 1.8 mil. Anything happened last week? Not what I wanted. I wanted to see, you know. Jonathan Greenyard signs with New Orleans for 1 year, 4.4. Mitch Ranowski signs with the Cardinals for 1.1 mil. And there we go. That's going to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I did. We do have some trade offers. We might as well look at them here. I'm not going to accept any. We have Adam. We're not doing that because that's, you know, division team. Antonio Gibson in a 6. Bryce Hall and Nico Collins. And Marlon Davison. And whoever Abikiti is. If only that wasn't our division rival, I would so accept that trade. No hesitation. Probably. But I don't like any of these offers. If we didn't have Kenyon Drake, I'd probably take the Antonio Gibson offer, but we have Kenyon Drake. If I didn't have a top receiver, I'd probably, or top cornerback or receiver, I'd probably take Bryce Hall or whatever his name is. Adam Thielen. And even Nico Collins in that trade would be good, but we have receivers. We might do this one, honestly, and just release Nico Collins. But then this one, I just don't understand. I don't know why we would trade that. We're getting like no value from that. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I did. I will see you next time. Since we're here, decline them all. That doesn't remove him from the trade block, does it? I want better offers for Eddie Jackson. He's only 29, which is getting up there in age, but he's also got 2 years left on his deal. So he's essentially going to be probably a bit worse in next year, but he's still going to be a top safety in the league. But goodbye.